Wow. Wow. Wow.
Wow.
Thank you so much, Director Samuel Dameus, for this wonderful, and very important film. A few words come to mind out of many: solidarity, hope, capability. We see the resolve of the Haitian people able to take care of themselves and their own country. And that's something that, in the wider mainstream, you don't see Haitians doing for themselves. So thank you so much for sharing that with us. And thank you so much, those of you who stayed and watched the film. We're going to go into the Q&A now with Naya Toussaint and the filmmaker, Samuel Dameus. And we're going to open up the chat. And please, I know a lot of you have a lot of questions. Please put them in the Q&A and not the chat because we're going to be monitoring the Q&A. So I will introduce Naya, and they will be in conversation with um, Samuel Dameus, and then we will open it up to the Q&A. But first, a little bit about Naya. Reverend Naya Toussaint has heritage from Haiti and North Carolina. He is a PhD student in history at Florida International University, researching Black Atlantic traditions, food, and drum traditions as core components of Pan-Africanisms and negritude in the Caribbean and U.S. South Low Country regions. He is a graduate of Union Theological Seminary, the New School, and Florida International University. Naya is a founding member and the creative director of Lambi Ak Machet, an online cultural and spiritual organizing hub committed to social advocacy and liberation. He is an active member of HSA's Emerging Scholars Committee, spearheading the MAPU program. Naya, the screen is yours. And also, Samuel, thank you so much.
Honneur tout le monde, content where nom, tout nom. I see everybody's name. It is good to be together, and HSA is home. As Samuel comes up, I'm going to read his bio so that we can jump right in. As you all know, I talk too much, so I have a lot of questions, but I want to open this up for you all in the just next 30 minutes we have together. So Samuel is a Haitian filmmaker, media personality, and founder of Faces of Haiti, a global storytelling platform. Born in Cap-Haïtien, he studied social communication at Université d'État and began his communications career at the Haitian Red Cross after the earthquake. He served as head of communication for Haiti's Ministry of Tourism and later led marketing for Sunrise Airways and Curls Dynasty. As a filmmaker, his documentaries Boyo, Haiti in 30 Days, and The Heroes of Massacre River explore Haiti's culture, resilience, and history. Sam is also a board member of the IET Community Trust and entrepreneur in short-term rental real estate. I am hoping I feel like it might be my internet. I don't somebody can let me know, but I can't see Sam.
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Oh, we can. Yes. Awesome. Awesome. And hopefully you all can hear me.
Yes,
Okay.
perfectly.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, Sam, it is so nice to be with you. I think my internet is messing up, so I'm sorry for that. But yes, I think I'll just say a connection I felt to this film is that I'm the grandchild of Jetel Toussaint, who was a deputy of La Tibonite and founder of Yonkou, and my both of my grandparents, interestingly, through the regime, studied agronomy in Israel. And so when my grandmother saw this film and saw what was happening at the canal, she said, "Oh, this is the work that we did to build Bonanwoot, the canal from La Tibonite River into Yonkou." And so it's just so special to see this social movement that peasants, right, do in Haiti and have been doing, and to see that in my lifetime, not only just swim in a canal 20 years later after it was built or 40 years later, but to actually see the resistance and the politics behind that. So I thank you for this work. And I think I want to begin just a little bit about your production. You show a lot of B-roll of food and foodstuffs, right? So there's a lot of shots of food or agriculture. And I want to name that because this project was very much about food, right? The canal is very much about food. And so why is it important to remember that the canal is about food for both Haitians and Dominicans?
First of all, I would love to thank you for this opportunity to not only to watch the film, but also to be able to have this Q&A. I want to make sure that you can see me and everybody else can see me.
I
We cannot
cannot,
see you,
but it might be.
Samuel.
Okay.
Okay.
You just have
Can
a
you all hear me
blank
well?
screen.
Can you hear me
I
well?
I can hear you, Naya. It's a little,
Choppy?
yes.
Yeah, my video. I'm sorry, I don't know what's happening. But we can't see you, Sam.
Yes, we can't see you, Samuel.
okay. I'm trying to see what's the issue real quick. Just a moment.
No problem.
Yeah,
Thank
because I
you.
want to make sure that you guys can see me. Otherwise, I can just switch to the regular. What
We,
about now?
we see you upside down,
I
so you
know.
need to
Okay,
have
okay.
a.
You look
At least you
really
can see.
clear. Whatever. It's clearly
Are
a
you
video.
working on the canal still?
No,
Wow,
can you see me
wow,
now?
but your video quality is awesome. Yes, we can see you and you are right side up.
All right, perfect, perfect. Yes, I would love to say thank you to you for not only watching the film, but also creating the space where we can have this conversation. And definitely, I think that the second part of the screening, like which is the conversation, is as important as the screening itself, because people will have a chance to understand the mindset behind the film and also some of the quick questions that you might have to help you understanding the movement. So to answer your question, yes, definitely food was at the center of the canal because the idea of creating the canal itself was to bring water to the farmers so they can produce food from the Plaine Maribau and areas around the river of Massacre River, the Massacre River. So definitely food was very crucial in that aspect, in the agricultural aspect. But there's another aspect of it as well, the connection between Haiti and Dominican Republic. The fact that a Dominican Republic has been for the past 15 years, 50 years actually, one of those main provider of food for Haiti. And us building this canal was actually something that us trying to get our food independence from the Dominican Republic. So yes, this is a very smart question. It's the first time that I hear it, and it shows that we're definitely gonna have a great conversation. And yeah.
Yes, yes, absolutely. But let's jump in a little bit more. Talking more even about your film and your B-roll. Then you also show shots of the canal's construction and the area around it that are only accompanied with song. What did you hope for us as your audience to capture in these moments? And why was this important to you for a film about Haiti? What does this tell us about music in these moments? What were you trying to evoke through sound is what I'm getting at. Uh-oh.
Are you there, Samuel? It's not you, Naya. It's Samuel. I
Oh,
think he's having some
okay.
tech issue.
Oh, okay. I think he'll be right back.
maybe he'll come back. Yes, so while he's coming back, there are some questions in the chat, and I think one of the questions is about music.
Okay.
The can you see the questions, Naya? So you can
Yeah.
ready.
Let me see if I find.
But maybe as we are waiting for Samuel to come back, so Naya, you've seen this film before. So what are some of your thoughts about the film? What did you appreciate the most?
Yes, I think this was the tear-jerking moment for many of us is the women, right? And specifically there, as we're talking about music, right now, their sound, the sound that they make, and the songs that they sing. I think it's really interesting, how Kombit is still alive, right? And that this notion of Kombit of coming together, right, as a community, to get work done is powerful. And how Kombit was matched with music, and so it was powerful to see the power of sound right on the ground across the canal. But now that Samuel, are you?
Yes. So
Did
Sam,
you?
you can, I was just
Yes.
holding the chair, virtual chair warm for you, asking what Naya like about the film. I'll step out. Thank
Yes. So I was just saying, the sound, which we'll get to in a second, of the workers, but you did some things with sound, Sam. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay, awesome. So
All
yeah,
right, we back. We
there,
back.
yes, there were moments where, you were just showing the canal's construction and, the area with music. What
Mhm.
was your intention? What were you trying to do as a filmmaker, right? Because that's not something we usually see in a documentary, of so much insertion of scenes with just sound, whether it was a song or, it was just sound effects, right? So what were you trying to do in that moment, and why was that important for a film about Haiti?
I was 100% right when I said that we were gonna have a really great conversation. Those questions are on point. And yes, the reason why I wanted to present the story like this is because I understand the power of storytelling. And
Mm.
this story is so powerful. I wanted people to actually not only discover the canal, but also discover Haiti, discover the Ouanaminthe, discover the people. I mean, it's not my first project, it's not my first film. I always try to find a way to invite people to be reintroduced to Haiti, to be reintroduced to the culture, to be reintroduced to who we are actually. Because if I'm pretty sure you have this question, you probably gonna ask me. It's not only presenting the canal, but it's a history lesson. I don't know if you saw the introduction was very historical because we're trying to do several things at the same. I was trying as a filmmaker to do several things at the same time because I know many people we have the opportunity to watch the film, they might never really be introduced or see anything from a Haitian creator or Haitian filmmaker. And that might be the first time that they get to be introduced to that side of the story of Haiti. So
Right.
this project is not only about the canal, it's about so many things. I was trying to do so many things at the same time. It's
You,
yeah, go ahead.
I as I'm talking to you, I realize you kind of do this with Faces of Haiti too on Instagram. You have
Yeah,
reels with just music, and
go ahead.
so was that even, were you conscious of that you were almost inserting what our generation loves as the quick reels into a documentary?
Absolutely. And I mean, those questions are really interconnected because one of the things that most people might not know, we created the music for the documentary.
Oh,
We
wow.
didn't want to just, hey, let me get that music. No, every single music is created especially for the documentary. And I want to give a shout out to my good friend Manu Beats. We were working on this for months to actually create a soundtrack, a dedicated soundtrack for the film. Half of what you see, it's what you hear. And I wanted to make sure that it's one of those Haitian project, where you can go on iTunes now and tap the River of Massacre, the Heroes of the Massacre River. You will find a soundtrack, because this is again another form of medium for people to be introduced to our culture and who we are.
Mm. So can you tell us about the scene where voodoo music and dance seemed to be happening at the canal? What role did voodoo play in the building of the canal from your perspective as a filmmaker on the ground?
Absolutely. When we get there, we wanted to film everything. And voodoo, the ceremony was not something that we planned. It was something that when we get there and we saw it, we say, this has to be part of the film, because it's not only voodoo, not only as a religion, but also as a cultural medium, carries so much of the energy that Haitian as a whole have. So as a filmmaker, I wouldn't be able to dismiss that part and say, hey, let me just focus on the film, because this is part of the film. And I strongly think that there's somebody saying that voodoo is organic. Absolutely, for us Asian, we are connected through this spirit of togetherness that we feel when we want to do something. And sometimes it can be expressed by voodoo ceremony at a certain place. As a Haitian as well, I was really pleased to see this mosaic of expression all over the place around the canal. And that wasn't only voodoo, there was also priests, there was also pastors, there was also any other person that actually just want to stop by and see how they can support, how they can push this canal. So to me, the whole mosaic of so many type of expression is a form of testament of how Haitian at the canal wanted to be part of this.
Mm. And so I'm a religious scholar, and I
Mm-hmm.
think an expression that came up for me was grief and mourning in your film.
Mm-hmm.
And Florent mentions the Haitian people of Ouanaminthe today knowing the tragic histories of the river and how they have a consciousness of their ancestors and some of themselves helping the wounded victims of the 1937 massacre, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cross over. So how did you see the canal allowing the people of Ouanaminthe to mourn?
Um, it's not only the canal, but it's the river itself. If
Mm,
you really recall part of the commentary when the presenter said that it's not the first time that the people in Ouanaminthe have this type of connection with the river itself. Because if we go back to colonial times, it was already a subject of conflict. Like in
mm,
1937, it was again a major part of our history. And right now, for people in Ouanaminthe to have to, not when I say right now, like by then, when we were filming, for people in Ouanaminthe to have to face that reality again, so you can see there's a repetition of history moment, crucial historical moment for people in Ouanaminthe. And sometimes you feel like they never heal 100%, because some of the people that we had to
mm.
talk to, the scars stay here. We got to meet people that actually were children of people that was murdered during the
Massacre.
massacre. I think that when we get to talk to those people, you understand that what was happening with the canal was not a healing. It was another situation where they get to be wounded again. They feel that the blood is flowing again. So I still feel like it's probably gonna take more time, not just the canal to heal everything. It's definitely gonna take more time for people in Ouanaminthe and in areas to really completely be healed. But we do understand that for a historical moment like that, you never 100% heal. You just know how to preserve yourself, protect your people, protect your nation, and do better. And I strongly think that the mindset was not only to just, hey, we're gonna heal, but it was mostly how can we move forward? How can we make sure that this is not gonna happen anymore?
Yes, yes. So the last set of questions that I want to talk about are something very dear to us here at HSA. My good comrade Mamira Duje Prosper and I run Island in the Chain, which is about Dominican and Haitian relations. And so I want to talk about this because one of the things Mamira and I face, right, in our work around Haiti and Dominican Republic. Is the diaspora, right? And the diaspora is we have a, I would say we're almost an invisible character in your film,
Mm-hmm.
but a large role. And one of the things Amira and I always talk about is the calls for a boycott of the Dominican Republic, right? And how very often this comes from the diaspora and not from Dominican Haitians in Dominican Republic or necessarily Haitians in Haiti who, you know, are traveling as we see right across the border every day. And a lot of this call, for those who don't know, is rooted in the Dominican government stripping of citizenship in 2013 of Haitians of Dominicans of Haitian descent. And so, you know, people in the diaspora said we shouldn't go to vacation in DR. We shouldn't, you know, um, do anything. We shouldn't buy goods. We shouldn't do any of this. But your film doesn't show the people of Ouanaminthe asking for a boycott. Um, and actually, one thing that I wanted to point out, because we didn't mention her name in the last question, but Milourie,
Mm-hmm.
there's a scene, most of the scenes with her, she's
Mm-hmm.
wearing a Haitian flag in her hat and a backpack on her back. And if you look on the backpack, it's a Dominican coat of arms on the backpack. And I said,
Correct.
ah, this is just so telling of what it's like on the ground. So can you speak to that of this call from the diaspora for a boycott, but the people whose daily lives are impacted by the border, right? Not calling for that. What do you think that's about from making this film?
I mean, at the beginning, the people of Ouanaminthe rejected boycott because survival depend on cross-border trade. And
Mm-hmm.
Dominican Republic, there's a disconnection between them and Haiti that people um, in Haiti, mostly in Ouanaminthe, the survival depends on that. But that was at the beginning. But if you really recall, at some point, Haitian closed the border, closed you see the bridge that connect Dominican Republic and Haiti, all side of the border, we closed it. And
Mm-hmm.
it was willingly done because we wanted to send a message, a strong message, knowing how deeply connected we are with Dominican Republic. Based on most of people, they buy food in Dominican Republic. They send the children in Dominican Republic. They speak the language. They actually, I know people in Ouanaminthe, their cell phone is connected to a tower in Dominican Republic. So they only living in Ouanaminthe, but the whole life is connected with Dominican Republic. But they decided to close the border. They decided to close all, I mean, to halt all trade with Dominican Republic. It was the way to say that we are hard enough because we do
Mm.
know how difficult it is for them to survive, not only to live, but to
Mm-hmm.
survive without the Dominican Republic. And another thing I can really mention is the fact that it's easier for the Haitian diaspora to boycott Dominican Republic than the people in Ouanaminthe. Because
Mm,
we have options. They do
right.
not have option. We can say, okay, well, I'm not going to Dominican Republic. I'm going to another country for vacation. But it's not about vacation for them. It's about survival. It's about being able to send their kids to school. So again, this film was the focus was also to help people understand how connected people in Ouanaminthe are with Dominican Republic. Because the Milourie, this is a really good eye to catch that because most people don't see it. And I can't even say it was an Easter egg because as a filmmaker, I wanted to keep it and to see how many people that actually will be able to see that single detail. But it's very telling, like you say, because Milourie was trying to work at the Dominican Republic. So she
Mm,
left that opportunity to come back to Ouanaminthe to work for the canal. So just imagine that they actually offering you opportunity to work, and you say, no, I want to come back and work for my country, even though she didn't have any promise of salaries, she didn't have any promise of that. This to me is another form of highlight of the sacrifice that people in Ouanaminthe were agreed to do for this movement. And yes, Milourie was deeply connected with Dominican Republic. And to me, that reinforced the idea of sacrifice because she left that opportunity to work, to come back to work for the canal.
thank you. I'm gonna ask, actually, before I move to audience questions and then maybe come back to my question,
Mhm.
I just want to stay on this diaspora theme since we are here.
Mhm.
Why do you think the diaspora gave $115,000 so quickly to
Mhm.
P4H? And I'm not saying it was a bad thing. Here's
Mhm.
my my thing. It's a great thing. It went a long way. But I as a diaspora person want to be mindful. Um, do you think we would have given so freely to a Haitian institution not run by a diaspora leader like Dr. Berthude?
Absolutely not.
Mm,
I
mm-hmm,
think that every time I got a chance to talk about this film, there's something I always say. In my lifetime, this was the first time that I got to see every type of Haitian, every category of Haitian get together, no exception. So the diaspora, the Haitian diaspora, was really involved in the process of building the canal. And it's not even about P4H, it's about the whole idea. Everybody was focused about regarding how this project is moving forward. So the interest was there. But there's one
mm-hmm,
thing people might forget is the diaspora feel sometimes uh, more vulnerable to the emotion of what's happening in Haiti because they feel that sentiment of, okay, I'm so far, there's absolutely nothing that I can do. And once
mm-hmm,
the opportunity appears that they can actually do something, they grab it. And this is to me, for our leaders right now, they have to understand how the diaspora is crucial for Haiti development. They just want to trust someone. They just want to trust an organization, or they just want to trust a movement. So the whole idea, if anybody would step up to say, I want to bridge the diaspora with anything happening in Haiti and to help them to support, to have this sentiment of I did something, they will jump in. And I'm very grateful that it was Dr. Berthude. And this has shown that the diaspora is also ready to support, but they want to feel like the person looks like them, the person understands them, the person get the side of the story. Because I'm a Haitian from Haiti, and English is not my first language. I'm pretty sure that you can sense that. But I got to understand from the Haitian side that most of us, we think that the diaspora can come with all the solutions. And for this project, we didn't feel the diaspora was coming with all the solution. We thought that the diaspora was coming with all the support and means for us to make it happen. It wasn't that a Haitian in Haiti type of story. It was every Haitian American, Haitian in Haiti, everywhere. You felt like compelled to do something. You wanted to do something. So to me, like I said, this is the first time in my lifetime that I got to witness the purest form of combat, the purest form of solidarity between Haitian, and this has to set as an example for everything that we have to do next. For us to know, people in Haiti to know that you cannot move forward without the Haitian diaspora. And it's not only them sending money, it has to be them being 100% involved, and it has to be them being part of the process, supporting grassroots organization in Haiti. That's only then that we can move forward.
Absolutely. And I think I'll speak as a diaspora. I think also we at times will withhold money because we don't feel comfortable. We don't like
Absolutely.
how it's going to be done. And yet, what was so beautiful, as you're saying about this project, was it was funding, right? On the ground intelligence, right? It was we have architects, we have agronomists, we have people who with our monetary support can go so far. And so I think that's a really special part of this project. And it is something, right? Because it also is only $115,000. There's so
Only,
much
yeah.
more we could do. And so I
Or
think even the number, while it shows what we did do, it shows our hesitancies and our control and our classisms, right? And so I just want to name that, and to balance what you're saying as someone from the ground. But some questions from the audience. So we have an architect in our midst, and they are asking, Irene, could you speak to the challenges in capturing the tools, knowledge, and incremental construction of the canal? How did you choose who to feature? And then another one maybe is how do you choose who to feature as builders? So what were the challenges, right, in capturing the tools and the material, but then also the workers?
filming this project was a challenge for itself, because most of you, you do know that any production start with three stages. The first one is a pre-production, production, and post-production. We had little time for pre-production because we had to go to Haiti to start filming. We only had 1 week to get everything together to start filming, because I didn't want to miss the beginning of the canal. So for me, it was very challenging to actually organize everything and start making sure that I build a team so they can go to Haiti. The film itself, when we get there, it means that it requires a lot of leadership to know what you want to tell as a story, but also to be open to anything that can come to you. Because for documentary is a little bit more difficult than just having a fiction, because in fiction you already know everything, but documentary, when you're on field, you don't know what's gonna happen next. You might have an idea, you have a plan, you have people that you want to interview, but you don't know what can happen. So we did not sit down to say, I'm gonna feature you, I'm not gonna feature you. We didn't do that. I went to the canal, and while I was there, the story was unfolding in front of my eyes. The only thing that I did is to make sure that I can capture it in a way that we can have one story, not different stories, but just one story. There were so many things happening at the canal when we get there. We were only there for a week. All of this was done in a week, like the filming. So of course, when I say that, we do have B-roll of the progress of the canal over time, but when all the interviews and the organization for us to make sure that we can have the essence of the film was done in a week. So, but there's one thing I have to mention. Even though that we did not have like a full list of people to interview, we did have a few people that we thought that deserve to be highlighted. The three heroes, among others, that we highlighted, the little kid, the Johnson, Milourie, and the worker from Semak. Those three people, they are not selected because we like their face or anything. We wanted to have people that can represent everybody else. For example, the little kid, he was not the only kid. There were many other kids there. But he represents all those kids that get to be part of this story. Milourie represent all the women that get to be part of the story. And Pressoir represent all the men that get to be part of the stories. So this is representation, but it is not really that we were trying to pick heroes, but the heroes was everybody representing into three people.
So really quick, why was it important to feature children as Haitian heroes? Because children aren't always, you know, a part of powerful parts of any society, really, you know, and including Haiti. So why children?
Again, it was not willingly we say that, oh, you know what, we're gonna push a narrative of children walking at the canal. It was a fact. So as a filmmaker that trying to portray as clear and as accurate as possible that I can what was happening at the canal, if we get to there and we see children at the canal walking, definitely it is for us to be able to capture this moment. But here's where the editorial, like my own work ethic come in play, is because I do understand it's a fact that there were children working there, but it's also our responsibility to make sure that those children do not stay there, and we are not only showing the other side of the story. And the other side of the story is those children were at school in Dominican Republic. They had to come in diaspora and in Ouanaminthe just to make sure that they are not stranded because the border was closed. They came in Ouanaminthe to spend time with their parents, and while they're there, they feel like their own responsibility for them to be part of this because they understand they are the future. We've been saying that the children are the future. And I'm very happy to see that they weren't just saying that, oh, you know what, let's just have some good time. But it's also for them to understand that it comes with a responsibility. I like to say that this movement didn't stop with the canal as a canal, but it started as well to raise awareness to so many people to build that canal of education. That canal of education that we saw, as so many people watch the film and say, how we can support these children? And to me, that is a good outcome of being able to show that what was happening was not about age, it was not about race, it was not about anything, it was about human beings survival, trying to find a way to keep living. And to me, that's the best way we can portray it without sacrificing anything and without altering the story and to make sure that is as accurate as possible.
Yes, and I will say though, something you did do in this film was you valued in that scene connaissance, right? That these children were, even though they were not getting a Western or formal education, right? They were learning, right, some things that they could only learn from building a canal, and so I think that's a powerful alternative way, right? Because we're even thinking in education, how do we make this more engaging? And these children are learning that. Now, I'm not saying, oh, that they were just fine, but it was interesting that there had to be a moment where even the kids were like, well, we are learning the best technique, and we're getting this. And we're building something mathematical. And that was really powerful. There's a question also about your narrator, the young woman, right, who takes us on this journey. Can you tell us about her, who she is, and where she is today?
I mean, before I answer that, I would love to say that one of the kids, the Theodore, he wants to be engineer after this experience. His focus, I want to be an engineer. I mean, there's no doubt about that. And like you said, yes, the connaissance, the empiric connaissance, he had to know what to do. It was definitely probably the song of a bell for him to know, okay, this probably is my calling. It was really, really, really focused on being an
Powerful,
engineer.
powerful.
Yeah.
Yes.
So regarding Angie Clervil, this is another beautiful story because I got to meet Angie 2 days before filming. When
Wow.
I was in Florida when I had the idea to film, and then I went to Haiti like within a week. I was looking for somebody. I didn't have anybody. And I asked a friend, if you know, I drop it on Faces of Haiti. We're looking for somebody in Haiti, out if you want to be part of the project and you're very patriotic and you do understand that it's not gonna be there's no a specific salary. You're just gonna be part of the project, and we're gonna do our best to make it happen. And yeah, she said yes. 2 days before, prior the event started, we got to meet, and that's it. So
Wow.
me meeting her was on the field, and she was amazing. One other thing I would love to mention, I'm pretty sure you have this question. This film was really part funded, self-funded. We had a GoFundMe that actually helped us starting the project, but like 95% of the budget was self-funded, was funded by me. And one of the things that people do not know is the film was filmed with only $10,000 as a budget. But this was the money spent to get it going. But I had to learn how to edit because I edited the film, and it was my first time that I got to edit a film. I am a filmmaker, I'm not an editor, but it was my first experience as an editor. And I had to create the music with Bono Beats. We're sitting down. I'm not a musician, but I had to sit down with him and do all of this. So it was to me again as a creator, as as a filmmaker, to get this opportunity to learn and etc. So yeah, this project is very close to my heart.
And um, this is also fascinating. You also mentioned at the premiere in Little Haiti, a desire to make this film accessible, right? Do you remember that? You're like, if I could do a sliding scale or something, right? I want to do that. So let that be known. Where's that process going for you? Have you figured out a way? What's your way of making this history public?
The film is available on boyofilms.com, which is our platform or dedicated platform. You can also watch the other film that I directed, which is Boyo Haiti in 30 Days. I strongly think that if you guys love this film, you will really, really, really love my first one because it's a little bit more cheerful and it helped people to rediscover Haiti and the history of Haiti. So the film is available on boyofilms.com. If you watch it, you like it, you feel like you have somebody else that you think that might be interested to watch it as well, they can go on boyofilms.com. There's a small fee. I have to say that the small fee is to allow the film to be available for free in Haiti. So if you are in the diaspora, you pay that small fee that can allow anybody in Haiti to watch it for free. And I had received so many people in remote areas in Haiti telling me that they watch it. So it is another way for the diaspora to keep supporting this project because I wanted the film to be available for people in Haiti, people in Ouanaminthe, and it didn't make sense for me that they had to pay. But I do understand that maintaining the film online, as I'm not on Netflix, so it means that it comes with a cost. So the diaspora keeps supporting that wait for us to have this film. And anybody else can make a donation and
And the
support the
film is
organization.
the small fee that you're talking about is literally like $9, correct?
Correct. Yes.
Okay, everybody. Right. It's like if you bought on demand one day to watch a movie in 24 hours, I think that's $12.99. And Netflix doesn't even let us share passwords and stuff anymore. And here we are for $9 able to share with an entire country with our people.
Thank you.
Sam, the last question, because I know we're over time, is what do you know of the status of the canal today? Where are things standing? What still needs to be done? What has been done, especially since this film, what has already been completed?
Yes, the canal is very symbolic. What we just watched, it was the expression of patriotism. It was the expression of solidarity, of combat. But the canal itself, as in like practical, there's still, I still think that there's so much that needs to be done for the canal to be 100% effective and to really give them to the amount of expectation that people have that it can really be impactful for the farmers. The good thing about it is we already have some indicators that the canal is on the right way, because there's this movement right now of farmers having better harvest of rice. There's a rice KPK that's actually coming from Plaine Maribau that was sent to diaspora for them to consume and to support the farmers in Haiti. And the beauty of it, and this is a full circle. You started this Q&A with talking about food. The beauty of it is a year after the canal was completed, like let's say partly completed, the price of the rice in Plaine Maribau dropped it significantly. So this was the 100% direct impact of the canal, because more water means more possibility for them to aggregate the area that needed to for rice. And yeah, one of the it was very important for me to make sure that we had many B-rolls that can show the potential, the agricultural potential of the area. So when you watch the film, you definitely can see that, yes, while we're talking about it, we do understand why the farmers uh, was so focused on getting the water, because the potential is here. It's not just a fiction, it's here. And so we do need more canal. And I want to congratulate you and thank you and your family for the work that you guys have been done as a pioneer for this movement of canal. And to me, again, this is a very full circle to hard to talk to you. I know about your family story, and I definitely want to know more about this.
Yes, thank you. Well, thank you for making this history, right? This is history, and you're making it public. You are building an archive for Haiti in ways that, people our age love. And I just really want to say you have done a really, really pivotal work here and to know your story, right, that you're like, I'm a boy from Haiti, right, with $10,000. This is what this is fascinating. You are the 10 years or 20 years older version of that little boy who said, I want to be an engineer. And what you're doing with cameras is just engineering a different story than CNN or Abinader, anyone else can paint. And it is a beautiful, beautiful thing for us to be able to tell our own stories. So thank you, Samuel. I know we'll be in touch. And yes, passing it over back to you, Jaira.
No, thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much. And I second what Naya was saying about how this is such a wonderful, great feat. It's what you think about when you think about guerrilla filmmaking. You just take what you have, your 10K and your passion, and you get it done. The same way that the people at the canal are doing. They do it for love of country and nothing else. And like Naya said, it's a pivotal moment where everybody saw the need is greater. This is not about one singular person. Everybody just said, I'm going to drop what I'm doing because this is important. So thank you so much for your art, for taking the time, and for creating this wonderful, really wonderful and eye-opening, but more importantly, a lot of joy. A lot of just hopefulness, like the dancing. You don't get to see that in Haiti, Haitians doing it for themselves. So I thank you so much for that narrative, for that vision. So so thank you. And I know a lot of people had more to say. But one thing that Wideline Pierre did say, and I had to write this down, she said when she was talking to the boys to go back to school, she said there are many canals, many forms of way to support. So if this isn't it, you could always come back to something else. So I really appreciated that. We really appreciated you being there at that moment to record that history. So I wanted to thank you again. I wanted to thank all of you for being here this afternoon, this Friday. You could have been anywhere else, that we're so happy that you're here with us. And wanted to just let's give a shout out to HSA, of course, but to talk about the two upcoming programs. One is an ecological road to reparative justice for Haiti on October 17th. And then, of course, the annual Haitian Studies Association conference, which will be in Pittsburgh on the 1825 indemnity, restitution à réparation. And you could go to HaitianStudies.org for more information. There's a place there that you can donate, but also don't forget to donate to Bayou Films as well and share the link. So I think that is all. Thank you so much, everyone. And you enjoy the rest of your day and your weekend. Thank you so much for being here.